Okay, so we are back with another Stellar League update. Much faster this time. So yeah, committing to the whole photon quantum thing that I was talking about in the last video definitely made this project happen a lot faster. So huge shout out to Photon, for making the whole competitive physics networked thing way more accessible for someone like myself. But yeah, what you're seeing here is the latest playtest app for Stellar League. So it is on Steam now, and I can give you a Steam key and we can get in here and get some matches going. So that is definitely the goal here. We've done a couple 1v1s here and there, but to get some team play going would be awesome. So I'll fast forward a little here to get into the, oh, don't need to. So here we are starting a lobby. So this is what the game looks like now. Not too different, but a lot of visual tweaks and audio tweaks. First thing you can see is there are teams. So based on when you join lobby, you'll be assigned to the appropriate colors and name tag colors and whatnot. So that sound right there, there's the reverse of the sound. So that is the newest mechanics controls kind of feature in the game right now, which I think is going to be really interesting to play around with. So I've done it twice there. Let me rewind. This is basically the ability now to turn your engine on or off. And when your engine is off, your air drag is removed, and the only controls you get are steering, boosting, and bursting. So why do this? The main reason to me was to give that feeling of aerials again. So let me rewind. In Rocket League, you kind of have two modes of travel, right? Because you're on the ground or you're in the air. But when you're on the ground, like gameplay wise and tactics wise, it's to make quick turns and to make quicker adjustments, whereas when you're in the air, you've kind of committed to a certain play, right? You kind of like took off and you're just guiding your momentum at that point, and then you have to play off of how well that goes, right? So I kind of wanted to add that feeling of two kind of modes of travel, although in Stellar League it's definitely much more accessible, in the sense that you don't need as much boost, and it's zero gravity, so you just kind of keep floating. So the sense of guiding your momentum is different. And I have no idea how that's going to play out competitively yet until we have like a lot of people in here and using it and seeing how they want to use it. Yeah, so that's, you can use it to get around the field. So boost management is definitely going to be way different in this. So we'll see how it goes. Here's the other thing I added. So we've got a settings screen now. And just with some basic stuff, you're probably familiar with this if you've played Rocket League, just some camera controls and some sensitivity controls, and just a basic graphics toggle. And this is just for playtesting for now, turning this off just turns off all the post-processing effects. So I just want people to be able to play test even if your GPU isn't that great. So that is there. And additionally, there is a controls menu now, and nothing is remappable yet, but this is just what the defaults are at the moment. I know remapping is going to be a huge thing for this game, so that's probably what I'll focus on next, but it would be really great to, just get feedback on the default controls as is as well. And, I've made them so that they feel like my Rocket League controls, and, playtesters so far have been able to adapt to some degree, especially if they've played Rocket League before. But, obviously that has to be remappable. So it'll happen eventually. But yeah, that's it. I think everything else, all the other changes are kind of small visual audio things and stuff that's happened under the hood, and there's still plenty of work to be done on the project, but it's at a state which I think is great for playtesting. So I'm just realizing this bug that the little ball indicator arrow is casting a shadow on the ground, so I'm gonna go and fix that. But otherwise, let me know if you want to play test. Get you in the Discord and get you a Steam key, and hopefully we can chat and play, and get some crazy clips of us being like really good at this game, whatever that looks like. And yeah, that would just be great to have, if we just had some crazy clips too, to show people the potential of the skill ceiling in this game, or even just how ridiculous the skill floor is at the moment. Not from a difficulty perspective, but just like the amount of creativity you can have, in terms of controlling your ship and stuff like that. I think that's going to be a fun thing to show people and give people, in terms of being a creative player, whatever that looks like. Okay, so that's it. I'll leave the email and Discord in the description, and I hope to see you in Stellar League. All right, peace.